He was unaware of the rule breaking, so what did he think was happening here before him? A glass of fizz in Boris Johnson's hand, taken from a choice of bottles on the table, as 8 others also stand in view, crowded together in number 10. The Prime Minister raises a toast to one of them, his communications director Cain, whose leaving party this was in November 2020. Just a week after Downing Street had plunged the rest of England into a second lockdown. Red box ditched in a chair, red wine drained from several glasses, Boris Johnson appears to make a speech, long before his public words, denying that any rules had ever been broken here. Police would later learn of this event and fine other staff, but not the man holding their attention.
Well, it's clearly a party. Don't know what he's toasting because the rest of us were all devastated, losing relatives. I lost relatives during COVID and many other people have got their own stories about that, and I think it's just despicable. And what's compounded is that he knew that he'd broken the rules and he's known it all along.
The leaving party for Cain was on the same night that Dominic Cummings left Downing Street. Just 8 days earlier, the advisers had been helping the Prime Minister with a major announcement as COVID cases soared.
In England, from today, we're once again asking you to stay at home.
Since then, he's repeatedly denied Downing Street broke its own rules, including on the date in question.
Will the Prime Minister tell the House whether there was a party in Downing Street on the 13th of November?
Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, no, but I'm sure that whatever happened, the guidance was followed and the rules were followed at all times.
All the evidence I can see is that people in this building have stayed within the rules.
So let's look again at what Boris Johnson saw that evening. On the table in front of him are 2 bottles of champagne or cava, 4 bottles of red and white wine, half a bottle of gin, party cups and dregs of alcohol in used glasses, biscuits and crisps, and at least 9 people in total, including the photographer who took these pictures. The rules the Prime Minister made at the time allowed just 2 to mix indoors. This solicitor has fought COVID fines in court. Even he's not sure how the photos fit with the regulations.
Throughout the pandemic, police forces across the country have been handing out fixed penalty notices like sweets to ordinary people. If other people at this event were given fixed penalty notices, it's difficult to understand why the Prime Minister wasn't.
Before Callum Harrison made money selling vintage clothes, he was down £100 as a student thanks to his fine for a similar party, just 2 weeks before the one the Prime Minister's pictured at.
Wow, that's terrible. He's very clearly partying with a lot of drink around. Not fair at all. It's obviously one rule for them, one rule for us. Well, you can get away with this, and a student who's not even done that much bad compared to him has got to find a lot more. It's very, very annoying.
The Prime Minister may well be annoyed too. Have these photos taken the fizz out of his defence?